So a few different people have asked me how to make a graph that looks like this one. So a line graph where you've got a line for, say, each country, if you've got 3 of them, and you're plotting change over time. So you can see on the bottom axis here, you've got 1900 through to 1920, and you're charting each of these countries' production on the same variable. So let's pretend I've made these numbers up completely, that this is, I don't know, amount of iron removed from the ground, something like that. It's the same measure is the key thing, that the quantity we're charting is in the same units, and we're breaking that down for country A, B and C, for example. So this would be the end result we're aiming for. How do you get to that then? So let's get rid of it, the graph. We've got our data here. The key is that you've got it lined up, set out properly. So you've got going downwards in the rows, you've got an entry for each year, and then in your columns you've got that set up with the different countries in this case, but it could be any variable. It could be 3 different measures, coal, oil and armaments manufacturers. The key thing would be we'd have to be measuring them all by weight or something like that, where it made sense to have the same unit of measurement. But anyway, get your data set up. You've got 2 options, the quick way and the proper way. And the proper way to do it is if you have problems because the quick way isn't a suggested route, or you're trying to adjust something you've already done. So first steps first, select all the data to do the quick way. So everything in its entirety, and go over in Excel to insert, and then go recommended charts. And the magic of Excel is that it's going to make a suggestion about what it thinks your graph should look like. And you'll see that it makes the suggestion for what most obviously you'd want here. So comparisons with country A, B and C, and the key, the legend, this is denoting each of the 3 countries by a different colour line. And then we've obviously got our axes set up for dates, year dates along the bottom, and production values in our case here on the top. So just press OK, and there you have your chart. And you can see that Excel's showing you it's assigned different functions to each of these parts of the data we've provided it. So the names coming from here, the actual numerical data from this area highlighted in blue, and then the purple is being used to populate the dates. And to give its proper names, the x-axis is along the bottom and the y-axis is the vertical axis here. Now, how would we do that if that happened not to be our suggested graph and we just wanted to do it manually for whatever reason? Well, the thing you'd do is you'd select your data, and you could start by making a graph and adjust it from there. So actually, I think, to be honest with you, you don't even need to select the data. Best thing is just to find an empty cell, go to insert and then to 2D line graphs, whack one in there, and you'll see it's completely blank. So we're going to do this right from scratch. So go select data, and then I'm going to add in for the chart data range, I'm going to select where the data lies at the moment. It's just the raw quantitative data, and you'll see it's populated that on, and we've got the 3 different sets of data that we're after. We're just lacking any of the labeling, and on the x-axis we haven't got our dates. So I'm going to select the x-axis here. Now, a bit confusingly, it's called a category axis here, whereas the thing is, just pay attention to the fact that it's the horizontal axis that we're looking at, and we want to replace these numbers with the dates. So we go edit, and then we just select the data that applies, or we could have typed in a range, press OK, check it's done what you thought it would do. We still haven't got the different category axes though, different legends for each of our lines. Well, how do we do that? We've actually got the legends entry, or the different series as Excel will call them, presented here for us. So series 1 is one of these lines, series 2 and series 3, corresponding to A, B and C. So we go on series 1, all we need to do is change the name of it. So we go edit, and we're going to select the cell that has the name of that series in. So it's going to be in column G for country A. And it's worth just checking it's taking the values for country A from the right place. And you can see the cell references in here in column G's. So that's taking data from here. So I'm just going to select the name to get that in, single cell, press OK. and it's updated in here. I'm going to do the same quickly for country B in series 2, checking again that I'm getting the right data, so we should be looking column I for this one, country C, and pressing OK. Now I'll press OK again. You'll notice nothing immediately has changed about the graph because it had already divided it up, but that where Excel's taking the data from looks like we had it before. So how do we get the legend on this chart then? Well, we just need to go and add that manually. So over here from Add Chart Element, go down to Legend, and then insert a legend at the bottom, and you'll see that we now have country A, B, and C. So there we are. That's how to make a useful comparative chart.